Today, I wanted to spend some time helping our families and students that are knee-deep in or probably neck-deep in the college search and selection process. Hopefully by now, it's March 11th, that many of you have received financial aid awards from the colleges that you are looking for. These financial aid awards have the information you need to start your research on those financial aid awards. So in today's video, I thought I would talk about the 6 things that you can be doing today. And we're right smack in the middle of businesses and schools shutting down. But that doesn't mean that you can't continue to educate yourself on the college's financial aid processes and the awards that you've received. So I thought today I would help you with 6 things that you can learn on the financial aid office's websites that can help you decipher the financial aid awards that you've received. So the first thing is you should absolutely take the time to explore each of the financial aid websites at all of the schools that you have been admitted to. And here's a couple of things that you should be looking at. First and foremost, you should be looking at their grant and scholarship programs. If you have been awarded one of those grants and scholarships, it's important to learn the terms about renewal, what you need to do to ensure that those scholarships are applied to your account. We want to make sure that you have those grants and scholarships for all 4 years. So it's important to know if those awards are need-based or non-need-based. If they're need-based, that means that your eligibility could shift as you complete the FAFSA each year with increases or decreases in your income. So take a look at the grants and scholarships that you've received, or if you haven't yet received an award letter, take a look at the grants and scholarships on the website so that you know what you could be eligible for. Again, free money does not have to be paid back, and we want to get as much of that as possible. Free money will come from several sources. It will come from the federal government, it will come from the state government, and it will come from the college itself. So it's important to understand all of those sources. The second thing that I want to make sure that you are well aware of is the student loan program that the colleges will offer you. For the most part, every college and university will offer you direct student loans that are managed by the federal government. As a freshman, your student will be eligible for $3,500 in the subsidized and $2,000 in the unsubsidized. If you don't have financial need, which means that the cost of attendance is lower than your ability to pay or your EFC, then all of your direct loans will be unsubsidized. The difference between the two is the government will not pay the interest on the student loan if it's unsubsidized. So we want to capture the unsubsidized student loan first. Each of the college websites should have very clear conversations about the interest rates and the terms and conditions for receiving this funding, and for making sure that it's dispersed to your student's account when they start school each semester. For more information on direct student loans, go to studentloans.gov, and there you will learn a whole bunch of information about the student loan program. Again, student loans do need to be repaid back, so it's important to understand all of the terms and conditions that go with student loans. Many students will be will have made available to them student employment through work-study programs. This is a work-to-earn program, and it's important that you understand how this works so that you don't depend on resources that might not become available to you. Typically, a student will have to work on campus before they get paid, so you can't depend on that money early on, and typically families will use this work-study earnings for indirect or pocket expenses, as I call it. Now, once you have an idea of all of these financial aid awards, whether it's grants and scholarships, loans, or work study, it's important to figure out what your net price is. And that is the fourth conversation that I want to have with you. You need to take the cost of education, the sticker price, and subtract your free financial aid to determine what your net price is. Now, some schools will provide you with calculators that are available on their website. These are current year net price calculators or real cost calculators. Check with each school. But if they don't have those calculators, basically what you need is you need to add up all of your expenses, tuition and fees, and room and board if they live on campus, and then subtract the free money that you've been awarded. So it's comparing the full year cost against the full year financial aid, and that will get you the free financial aid. That will get you to your net price. Now, once you have that net price, I encourage you to go to the school's net price calculator. There, you will be able to see if your net price is similar to other families' net price that are in the same income bracket. This is an important comparison effort that you need to take on for every single school, because if they are different, then you may have a reason to appeal. And the appeal process is something we'll talk about in a later video. Now, after you calculate the net price, it's not a bad idea to take a look at the parent loan programs. Perhaps you haven't saved enough and you might not be able to use your savings to cover all of the costs. You might want to consider the parent loan. This is for parents of dependent students. More information on the parent loan is available at studentloans.gov. All right, I think that might have been, because I rolled some things up, 5 tips to help you navigate financial aid and learn a little bit more about each of the school's financial aid process. Again, take this time to review the website's financial aid office at each of the schools that you are looking at. And if you haven't yet received your financial aid award letter, don't panic. Schools will probably get them out to you, roll them out in the next 3 weeks. But if there are delays, I'm sure that they will communicate with you what the options are for making a decision about depositing. Now, all of this stuff that I've talked about is available in my online course. You can't get sick from my online course. You might feel better, actually, because you'll be more empowered and know the vocabulary. If you're interested in more information about my courses, the first one I have available is the Financial Aid Formula, Winning Strategies from Grade School to Graduation. It's a comprehensive program to educate you on everything that you need to know about the college financial aid process. I encourage you to check out my website at www.thefinancialaidshop.com. Email if you have any questions at Catherine@thefinancialaidshop.com. All right, those are some tips that I hope will help. It's a dreary, raining day here in Southern California, and I've gotten messages that we are supposed to be doing best practices and distancing ourselves from our communities. So hang in there. I'm available here by Zoom, any means of communication, phone, email. We can do conversations and webinars. Looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope this information has been helpful. Hang in there.